Introduction to Logistic Regression in Python. Welcome! Today, you will learn the basics of logistic regression through hands-on coding. We will explore probability, statistics, and build models using real-life data. This lesson is perfect for beginners. You do not need any prior experience. Let us get started. Running the cell now. First, we are making sure that warning messages do not distract us during the lesson. Now we are loading the libraries that help us handle data, work with numbers, and create charts. Pandas and NumPy are for working with data. Seaborn and Matplotlib are for making helpful charts and plots. Seaborn adds useful style for charts. Matplotlib lets us customize our graphs. Running the cell now. What is logistic regression? Logistic regression is a popular method for predicting yes or no or true or false outcomes. For example, it can help predict whether a passenger on the Titanic survived based on their age and ticket class. It is often used when the result is a category, not a number. Running the cell now. Now let us load the Titanic dataset from the Seaborn library. This dataset contains details about passengers, including whether they survived. We are displaying the number of rows and columns in our dataset. Let us peek at the first few records to see how the data looks. Running the cell now. It helps to see what information is available before we do any analysis. We are printing out all the column names in the Titanic dataset. Running the cell now. Understanding the columns. Survived, 1 means survived, 0 means did not survive. P-class, passenger class, 1, 2, or 3. Sex, gender. Age in years. Fare, ticket price. We will predict survived using these features. Running the cell now. It is common for real datasets to have missing information. To keep our work simple, we are removing rows missing age, fare, or port of embarkation. We display the new dataset size so you can see how many rows remain. Running the cell now. Practice prompt, try changing the columns in the drop-down list and see how that affects the data size. Before modeling, it helps to look at how many people survived and how many did not. We are counting the number of survivors and non-survivors in the clean data. The result will show us the balance between the two outcomes. Running the cell now. Let us visualize these counts in a bar chart. This will give us a clearer idea of the difference visually. Our chart shows 2 bars, one for each outcome. The title and labels explain what each part means. This makes the data more understandable. Now, let us display the plot. Running the cell now. Converting categories to numbers. Machine learning models need numbers, not text. We will convert features like sex and embarked into number codes. This helps the model understand the data better. Running the cell now. To help our model process the data, we are turning words into numbers. We map male and female to 0 and 1. We turn each embarkation port letter into a different number code. Let us see how these new columns look. We print a preview of both the original and converted columns. Running the cell now. Now we are getting our data ready for modeling. We choose a few columns as features to help us predict survival. The input X is what we use to guess. The target Y is what we want to predict, whether someone survived. Running the cell now. We always want to check our model on new data it did not see before. Splitting it up helps us build using one part and test using another. We use 70% for training and 30% for testing. Now, let us see how many rows are in each set. This tells us how much data we use to learn and how much to test predictions. Running the cell now. Building and training a logistic regression model. Logistic regression will learn from our training data. It will find patterns that link features to survival. Then we can use it to make predictions. Running the cell now. We are bringing in logistic regression from the scikit-learn toolbox. Then, we create a logistic regression model with a maximum of 200 steps to make sure it fits well. Random state keeps results the same if you run this again. We teach the model using our training data. Now it learns how the features connect to surviving or not. Running the cell now. Now that our model is trained, we ask it to predict who survived in our test set. Let us check the first 10 predictions it makes. We also show what really happened for those same passengers. This side-by-side view helps us judge the performance of our model. Running the cell now. Let us see how well our model does at guessing survivors. We use accuracy to see what % it gets right. A confusion matrix tells us how many survived and did not survive matches it got correct. The classification report gives more details about model performance, including precision and recall. This all helps us see how useful the model is. Running the cell now. We can see which features the model thinks matter most for survival. These numbers, called coefficients, show the effect of each feature. A higher number means more influence on surviving. Running the cell now. Making a custom prediction. Let us try making a prediction for a single hypothetical person. Input the details when prompted. See what our model predicts. Running the cell now. Now, let us make the model predict for a new case. You will type in class, age, fare paid, gender, and port. We use those numbers to make the prediction. The model will tell us if this made-up passenger would have survived or not. Running the cell now. Type in your own numbers for different outcomes. Try changing one feature at a time and notice how the result changes. Let us make a chart to see how age relates to survival on the Titanic. You will see different colored curves, one for those who survived and one for those who did not. The graph groups ages into bins to make patterns clearer. The title and axis labels make sure we know what we are seeing. We show a helpful legend to explain which color is which. Now let us display the plot. Running the cell now. For practice, let us see what happens if we use just two basic features, passenger class and sex. We split and train a new model just like before. Then, we test how well the simpler model makes predictions. The output shows whether using fewer features hurts our accuracy. Running the cell now. Try adding or removing features and see how accuracy changes. This is a great way to learn about model tuning. If you enjoy these hands-on lessons, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more easy data science videos. Troubleshooting and tips. If you get an error, check if spelling, capitalization, or missing values are the cause. Try running each cell in order without skipping. Feel free to experiment with different features or charts. Remember, practice builds confidence. Running the cell now. This mini project lets us use our model to guess survival for a random passenger. We pick random values for class, age, fare, sex, and port. We give these values to our trained model, which predicts if this imaginary passenger survived. Printing both the random details and the result helps us see how the prediction changes. Running the cell now. Now, let us look at survival rates broken down by both passenger class and gender. This cross table lets us see who had the best chance to survive. The bar chart makes patterns stand out clearly. We can notice right away the groups that had higher survival. Running the cell now. More practice, challenge yourself. Try changing the test size in train test split. Add extra features like SIBSP, the number of siblings or spouses or PARCH, parents or children. Explore logistic regression in scikit-learn's documentation. Every experiment improves your skills. Running the cell now. Recap, what did you learn? Loaded Titanic data and cleaned it. Explored columns and feature engineering. Built, trained, and tested a logistic regression model. Made predictions and checked accuracy. Practiced visualization and experiment tuning. Great job sticking with the lesson. Running the cell now. Next steps and thank you. Try more datasets like Iris or TIPS using what you learned. Keep practicing with new features or charts. Share your projects with friends or online. If you liked this lesson, like and subscribe for more beginner Python and statistics tutorials. Running the cell now.